Hey gang, Rodin here. Welcome on back to the Cade in episode 2 of our revisitation of one of my favorite video games of all time, and it's the third game in our playthrough series of all things Metal Gear. We're of course playing Metal Gear Solid for the PS1 from 1998, and we are playing the PS1 version. We're not playing the remastered version. This is the original one that we got on the PlayStation 1 back now 26 years ago. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, even though they've tried countless times over the years as Konami to repackage this game and be able to sell it to a new generation of gamers. So in the first episode, we got our introduction to everything Shadow Moses Island. We managed to infiltrate our way into this fortress, although granted we got killed twice in the process for doing it. I chalked that up to being quite rusty at this game. As I said from the outset, this is a game that I play on average every 12 to 36 months, depending on what my mood is. But it is definitely in my list of perennial games I always like to go back and revisit. And as I said, part of the fun of giving yourself a window between playing games like this is that it allows you to be able to have a break in not necessarily get bad at it, but it diminishes your capabilities enough that it goes back and makes games like this more interesting.
Snake, if you want to go up or...
Yeah, I knew that, Colonel. Thank you very much.
Damn cold. I hate Alaska.
So we got this soldier who is on the can, for lack of a better term. And I like that we can actually see down through the grates what all is in each of these rooms. But more critically, I have picked up some more bullets for my pistol. Now, when they say the SOCOM, it's basically, this is an all-purpose military pistol. And one of the things that Hideo Kojima wanted to try and incorporate in these games was a level of realism in regards to things like weapons. So the SOCOM is an actual military pistol that was used by the Army. Now who's calling?
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
Whoop.
Snake, the DARPA chief...
Yeah, I know. I was getting right to it, Colonel. You beat me there. Now, I will say that's probably one of the more annoying things from this game that hasn't aged well is the in-game tutorial. I understand at the time why we needed it, because simply having the manual was nice, but having somebody to help guide you through the early part of the game,
Donald Anderson, right?
was a bit of a perk.
You're here to save me, huh? What's your
So
offer?
we have found the DARPA chief.
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Allow me to get a
Slow
sip of
down.
beverage here as we get this
worry.
cutscene.
First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled experimental warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information.
Of course.
Okay.
You would think if
We're
there's
conducting
nuclear
exercises with a new
material
type of
here on this
experimental weapon.
base,
A weapon that will change
the
the
means
world.
to have
What?
A weapon with the
a
ability
nuke
to launch
on
a
hand
nuclear
would
attack
not
from any
be
place
out of
on
the
face
question
of the
either.
earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects.
And I remember when they first
know
get a
that?
sight of this thing in this game, I was
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past.
over the
So
moon
that's the
hyped
reason you
for
were
it.
here at this disposal site?
Because to me, that was
Why else
always
would I come to
the
a
cool thing
godforsaken
about this
place
game
like
was that
this?
they'd come up with something.
I had heard the
that,
Metal
yeah,
Gear
you
project
think about
was
a nuclear-equipped
scrapped.
walking battle tank. How helpful
On
is
the
that going to be?
contrary, it's
But
grown
then you
into a
look
huge
at
joint
Rex and
project
how much
between ArmsTech
bigger
and
this
ourselves.
thing is
We were going to use
than
this
the
exercise
ones
as
that
raw
were in
data
the original
and then
game
proceed
or
to
in
mass
Metal Gear
production.
2. And it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that more than likely you were going to
If
have
it
to
hadn't
either
been
destroy
for the
this thing or you're going to have to fight it.
Revolution.
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex.
But I love how they called it
Metal Gear
Rex
Rex.
instead of Metal Gear
Code name
X.
for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
And I don't know how long it took before that quote from that guard became
I
a
thought that all
meme.
nuclear warheads were equipped with
But
safety
I have
measures.
seen it online
kind
more
of
times than
detonation
I
code that you have to
think
input.
I ever thought I would.
You mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker, the president of ArmsTech.
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis.
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
You think?
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password,
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
what?
The card keys.
Card keys.
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that,
Yes, you can stop the launch.
So we've got to find the keys or the passwords.
where are the keys?
One or the other.
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement.
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color?
So he's somewhere in the building, and he's a floor below
Here,
us.
take this. It's my ID
And
card.
now we get our
It'll
first
open
ID
any
card.
level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the
Now,
doors
getting
will
the
open
cards,
automatically.
once you're able to start
Gotcha.
putting these together,
Okay.
the ability
I'm
to
gonna get you
access
out of
stuff
here.
gets
Wait a minute.
exponentially
it?
better.
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
And things have taken a turn. I remember when this first happened, it was like, this all of a sudden turned into what, a horror movie? Because he just keeled right on over. So the DARPA chief
Dead.
is dead. You lived long enough for us to get a bunch of exposition and one card key.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but
A heart attack? No,
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
So there's a bit of a commotion going on. And the door has been unlocked. But unlocked by who?
don't move.
Well, sounds like the girl next door
So
managed to
you
find her
killed
way
the chief,
out and got her
you
hands on a
bastard.
uniform and left the poor sap she took it from with his butt up
Liquid?
in the air.
No, you're not. Don't move.
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful. I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie.
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot! What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
So now we just got to take these guys
I'm telling
out.
you, shoot!
You guys down. And use a ration really quick. Ooh. Knew that was gonna happen. And we managed to work our way past those guards.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
And in true Hideo Kojima form, we are focusing on the backside of whomever that was who was running the elevator.
You fool!
You've killed him!
Now we get another cutscene.
Sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
She pretty much empties that entire clip from that machine gun. And now we've got company of an entirely different sort.
Good girl. Just like that.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No,
Or
Snake.
did you like
The
give me some
nanomachines are functioning
really
properly.
bad LSD
So
or
what was it?
cybacillin
It
before I
must have been
started this mission?
psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound Psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
Alright, see if there's anything under here. Nothing under here. That poor sod. Now, if I remember it right, come in here. Pick up these bullets. More bullets over here. Nothing this way. Can I go in this door? No, that is a tier 6 door. So call up the elevator. So they said we gotta go to floor 2 to find the ArmsTech president, Kenneth Baker. So it looks like we are in, was this like a storage facility? That's 2. Alright, we are maxed out for SOCOM bullets. Grenades. That's door 5. C4. Now, they said to be looking for areas where there are panels that aren't painted over, and we've got one right here. So you set a block of C4 down, you want to get as far away from it as you can. And except we went right down the trap door because I didn't move fast enough. Which I don't remember the last time I actually fell down a trap door like that. It has definitely been a while. Get the grenades. Get the C4. Get it? bullets there that we don't need. And look for things. All right, see what we got in here. All right, now they said it was an area that had a lot of jamming. And we've got a spot right here. Another narrow hallway, but looks like that's a discolored panel as well. Kenneth Baker, I presume.
Am I too late? He's alive. You're the ArmsTech president,
Quite a
Kenneth
few
Baker, right?
strands of something around him.
Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
No, don't touch it.
C4.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations
Revolver Ocelot.
Revolver Ocelot.
One of the most longest living characters in this entire series.
I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake.
He, along with Snake, their storyline is intertwined through pretty much everything, if I remember right, all the way through Metal Gear Solid 5.
This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver.
So now we're going to be in a straight gunfight with this guy.
Draw! Draw! I love to reload during a battle. There's nothing like
And the thing we have to keep in mind is that he can ricochet his bullets off the side of this room.
alive. Let's go. What are you aiming at? You better hurry up. The old man's not gonna last too long.
And this is simply a run and gun duel. So now I'm out of bullets.
I love the smell of quarter. You know, that sulfury smell. But to you, it'll be the smell of your own.
But if we can shoot him one more time, we got him.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss. It's been a long time since I
The
had
trick
such
with
a
this
good fight.
fight was that if we'd gone for that last batch of bullets, oh, dude lost his hand. believe we've been introduced to the other person who snuck in behind us.
We'll meet again.
As he grabs his hand and runs away.
I like you. I have no name. That exoskeleton.
And something appears to have malfunctioned on our chrome dome friend here.
Who the hell?
But that was the other thing that was appealing about this game. When the first previews came out, we saw that we were dealing with
Who are you?
somebody like that as well.
The DARPA chief told
When
me
they
he
started
gave me this
releasing
detonation
all the
code.
merchandising
What
that went
about
with
yours?
Metal Gear Solid,
Oh, I get it.
everybody I
Jim
knew
sent
who was
you.
interested in this
You're
game
from the
both got
Pentagon.
themselves a Solid
Answer
Snake
my
action
question.
figure and
What about your code? There's no time.
whoever that character was,
What? Now
who
the
ends up
terrorists
being
have both
referred to
codes
basically
that
as
can
the
launch
Metal
any time.
Ninja throughout the first part of this
It's not
game.
like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation. Everyone who knows these top secret codes has it.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said Mantis got his code by reading his mind.
Are you sure you heard him right?
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Ha, you're a funny man. So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up? Oh.
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they
mean,
really want?
Since
Who
when does the
knows?
word terrorist
Maybe they're
and
like us in
insanity
the
combine
arms
in the
industry,
same sentence?
Always looking forward to the next good war.
That's not how the
I'm not gonna
storytelling
let these
goes for
maniacs start a
situations
war
like
today.
this.
You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists.
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier. It must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by CODEC. Until I was tied up here, that is.
CODEC?
Yes, she stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
The funny thing
That's
is
right.
that
It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
I'll contact her right away. But tell me, if
what
this
they
doesn't
mentioned
work,
with the
is there
CD
some other
case
way to
was
prevent
one
the
of
missile
the
launch?
Easter eggs that they built into this game. In
You
that,
need to
in order to
find
be able to
Hal
contact
Emmerich, one of
Meryl,
my
you
employees.
actually had to have the
The
CD
leader of the Metal
case that the
Gear
game
Rex
came
project.
in,
A genius
because
in
there's a
engineering,
scene
but a little
graphic
bit
on the
odd
back
though.
of the
Does
case
anyone who can
that
figure out
has
how
you
to stop
talking to
Metal Gear
Meryl,
from
and it
launching?
shows you
It's him.
her
What if you can't
CODEC
come up with
frequency.
anything?
You'll have to
Which a
destroy
lot
it.
of people
Emmerich knows
back
how to
then
destroy
in the
Metal
early
Gear.
days of the
Where is
internet,
this Emmerich?
it drove
Well,
them
he's
nuts trying to
probably
figure
being held
that
somewhere in the
bit
nuclear
out.
warhead storage building.
Because you
East
have to
north from
remember,
here.
back then,
That's
25
where he
years ago, we
worked.
didn't have game
I
facts, we didn't
understand.
have playthroughs,
Why
we didn't
Metal
have
Gear?
YouTube, we didn't
The
have
nuclear
all
age
the
ended
things
with the turn
that
of the millennium.
we take for granted nowadays in
The
games.
threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been.
Now, I have to admit, for long cutscenes, this is probably one of my favorites.
Plutonium is increasing even today. Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see, because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of muff are reported every year.
Muff?
It stands for material unaccounted for. It proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, and after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the Military Oversight Committee.
Which is funny when you think about it, for being
good business. Anyway,
back in the
Gear
late
was going to be formally
90s,
adopted after
and
the
what
results
we've
of this
seen
exercise were
historically
analyzed.
in terms of militaries and governments and all this stuff.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a
This is a
like
lot
you.
more prescient than a lot
Here,
of kids my
this is
age
what you
thought
came
of
for,
at the
right?
time.
What's that?
An
And
optical disc.
even
It's
though,
all here.
you know, Hideo Kojima is
Main
far from
hard
being
drive
the
was destroyed
most
by gunfire.
accurate storyteller when it
The only
comes to
remaining copy of the
real
data.
world events and
What
things
kind of
like that,
All
he
the
puts
data
it
collected
together
from
in a
this
compelling
exercise.
enough package
Don't play dumb. I
that
know you were sent to get this.
you're
I hid it from that sadistic
it's hard not
maniac
to
while
get
he was
pulled
torturing
into
me.
what
They
it
don't know
is that
this
he's
disc
developed as the
exists.
overriding story
Make sure
of
you report this
why
to
Metal
Jim.
Gear exists, why
your
Snake and
boss.
Foxhound exist,
I'll give you my
and
card,
everything
too.
that
It'll
gives
open up all security
this
level
story a
2
reason
doors.
for happening.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret.
An experimental genome soldier.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi.
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but...
And here we go
What
again.
did you do to me? Oh, no. Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
And now it looks like he's dead.
Hell.
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but,
Some kind of poison?
well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but We won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn.
Which means we
Snake,
have to the body
I
and
want
haul
you
it all
and
the way
Meryl to work
back.
together.
Can
That
I
ain't
trust her?
happening.
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
And with that, we get a slight boost in our health because that was the other thing in Metal Gear games of old. You were able to go in, and as you progress further in the game, you would have your rank go up as you freed hostages, beat bosses, and things like that. Well, now in this game, you get the same thing, just in a slightly different delivery system. So now we have card number 2. We've taken out Ocelot. We've been introduced to the Cyber Ninja, who took off Ocelot's hand, freed the ArmsTech chief, who is subsequently dead. The DARPA chief is dead. And now we have to go find the Colonel's niece, Meryl, who is, I'm assuming, who we met in that hallway as she held the gun to our heads and then helped us take the guards down before she took the elevator. So, we are proceeding fairly rapidly through the early portion of this game, and now we've got to see what this key card opens up for us as well, as far as equipment and other things. So, in the next episode, we will continue to explore this part of Shadow Moses Island and get further stuck in to the story of Metal Gear Solid. If you've been enjoying the content on the channel, as always, best way you can show it, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and ring the bell to be notified of new episodes. Remember, we do have Sports Saturday and Sucker Punch Sunday coming up this weekend. And as always, you can follow us on social media through Instagrams and Threads at Ronan's Retrocade. My name is Ronan. It's been great to spend this episode with you. Be safe, be well, happy gaming. We'll talk to you in episode 3. Bye.